In a world where a mix of culture influences the abundance of our differences, we thrive to find a common ground, a desire to be in unison with each other. That desire is echoed by our need to a fulfilling life, a life that speaks of our vision coming to reality, and a life that reflects our greatness. Whoever you are, wherever you may be, empowering yourself means allowing you to be who you are destined to be. You are irreplaceable. Have you ever looked in the mirror, flinched, and wished you saw someone else? Or worse still, did you see a stranger? Did you see someone that you don't recognize? When you stare at the ceiling late at night, do you dream of a life very different to your current reality? Do you dream a life without dissatisfaction, without fear, without loneliness, without a sense of feeling a void on the inside? Do you remember the deafening silence in your heart in the midst of a gleeful crowd? What you felt during those moments doesn't make you less of a person. We're all faced with insecurities at some point in our lives. But when we allow those feelings to dictate our actions and to suppress the qualities that make us a creation of beauty, it becomes a real problem. Hi, I'm Katy, and it's time for you to know that you are truly, truly irreplaceable. Every one of us have been carefully designed in ways that make us one of a kind. Although we find comfort in sharing commonalities with others, we need to instill the value of branding ourselves with the unique physical characteristics and personality qualities that we have. By definition, unique means that you are too special or valuable to ever be replaced. The goal is that we go beyond the written word and start to live and tell an unrepeatable story of our lives. Today, we're letting nature take its course. And today, you radiate the gift of your existence. With us today is Ms. Salome Oro. And it is such a privilege to have her with us, as she is a lady that has overcome a lot of challenges and has risen knowing her unique qualities and using them to find fulfillment in her life and also empower and equip others. She is a singer-songwriter, and she's had a leg disability since she was very young, which she still managed to overcome. And she's an advocate for preventing abuse of children. And she's also written a book, which I heard a little bit about yesterday, which I'm definitely going to be getting a copy of. And I know it will definitely inspire me in my life and my journey. So, Ms. Oro.
Hi there, Katy.
Hello.
It's good to be here.
And it's so great to have you with us, and I really enjoyed our conversation.
I loved it.
Yesterday.
2 hours of tea time.
I know, it was so fun. I didn't realize it was almost dinner time. So what would you say a key would be for the viewers who are watching this of how they can rise above challenge in their life and discover what it is that is irreplaceable about them, what qualities they have that make them stand out?
Okay. Maybe first I can share about a physical challenge, you know, because in the Philippines it's very hard to be handicapped. Not like abroad or in Europe or in the United States, where they really are taken care of. They're treated with much special attention because of their physical disability. But in our nation, unfortunately, we're not there yet. But how do you overcome a physical disability? It's by not thinking of yourself as disabled. You cannot have a mindset that I cannot do many things. You have to understand that there are many disabilities. Others are physical, others are mental, others are emotional. But if yours is physical and it limits your movement, you can have help. You don't be ashamed. If you need a crutch, go ahead and wear it with style. If you need a hearing aid, wear it with style. It does not define you, Katy. You're more than the handicap. You are an individual. And you are loved by God. You're not an accident. And every disability can actually become a form of inspiration for so many people.
That is true. Something that we personally can view as a weakness or a challenge, if used in the right way, it can actually be something positive in which we can find fulfillment actually in our lives.
Yes.
So I'm thinking there's a lot of viewers, some of them, you know, some of you watching may have physical challenges, but for others it might be, you know, an emotional challenge or a circumstantial challenge or an education challenge or a financial challenge. But none of these challenges have to limit us or hinder us. So I was wondering, Sal, can I call you Sal? You're
Definitely,
now one of my friends. Sal, what would be some general keys for someone facing challenge, whether it's a physical disability or an emotional disability, how they change the focus from what they don't have and how they discover what they have? Like, how did you discover, in spite of the challenge, that you were gifted in the songwriting, in the writing, in teaching?
Yeah. Well, it just kind of evolved in my case. It was like when I was in high school, I joined the choir and found out, hey, I could sing, you know. And it just kind of evolved that I also knew how to write. And then one principle that keeps me going is I love to learn new things. I love to hone what I have. I love to grow it, you know. Like if I used to sing just teeny bopper songs, I challenged myself to go jazz. I challenged myself to go country. And then I went rock.
Wow.
As a Christian worship pastor, I sing rock. I sing all kinds of genre. So
you're very versatile.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Very creative.
But if you heard me the first time, it was like a squeaking mouse. You know how it is? Then some are really gifted that it just comes out naturally.
That's why, I'll tell you a little secret, that's why I don't sing. Because I don't like hearing my high-pitched voice squeaking.
You should try it more.
You think I should try it? I won't horrify viewers today. I can improve. Maybe you can be my coach.
Sure. You can be my life coach too.
That sounds like a good exchange. A good X deal.
I know. So it's that. Keep learning. Don't be afraid to experiment so that the gift will grow. But know your underlying foundation. Meaning, if it means that you will lose your self-respect, don't go there. You learn, but you don't sell your soul. You know what I mean? You learn, but you become a better person, a better example for the community.
And so do you feel like from when you were very young, you had this innate passion, innate gifting with creativity, and then you just stumbled across in your life the singing? But you had a sense when you were very young that you were creative and in that way?
Well, you know, the adversity, the handicap actually geared me towards the arts. I couldn't compete in sports because obviously I couldn't run. So I think it, you know how life has its way of just happening. There is really a God.
Providence.
Yes, there's a God who really loves you and who has a plan. And sometimes we stumble into it. Sometimes we really discover it. Mine was like I stumbled into it. I stumbled into it.
I would agree with that if I also look at my life, and people have coached, it's kind of a combination of both. You stumble into it, but you also kind of have a knowing on the inside what you love to do. So was that your passion of what you love doing and what you enjoy doing?
Singing
The
is
creative
like I'd
stuff.
do it even if I weren't paid. You know what I mean? I'd enjoy it. I enjoy it when I'm down, when I'm up, when I'm whatever. I sing, and it somehow lifts me up. Especially when I started singing, you know, giving back my talent to our Creator. It's like it lifts up everything that is dark and negative. And I've seen it when I sing for people that they too, their spirits also get lifted up, and you can't, no money can't buy that. You know what I mean?
So that is a real key there, actually. What would you do, even if you weren't being paid to do it? Because that, my friend, may reveal one of your irreplaceable qualities, what you love doing as a child, what came naturally, what you're passionate about, what you would spend your whole life doing even if you never got a penny from it, you never even got 1 peso from it. Would you still do that?
That's right. I would do it.
And it's amazing though, you know, you doing these things, even if you're not being paid, that it has opened up job opportunities for you as well, and paid opportunities on occasion too.
Yeah. When you hone your gifts, when you're good at your gifts, when you're excellent at it, and that doesn't happen overnight. I don't believe in overnight success. You do work hard, and then suddenly something happens. So it'll make room for you to perform or to work before kings when you're good at what you do. Whatever it may be, a good cook, a good writer, a good singer, a good dancer. As long as you're excellent at it, it'll bring you places.
That's very true. And I think, you know, some people can think, oh, but it's really time-consuming to become excellent. I've got to be disciplined. And I think that's where knowing that you're valuable, knowing that you're irreplaceable steps in, because if we don't know that, we're not going to take the time to develop it. But if it's something we love to do, then we're going to want to spend the time to hone our gift, to develop it, to strengthen it. And there's a quote that on the lines of what you're talking about that I might share that might encourage both of us and also our viewers, that, you know, the greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity for learning, and then the greater the opportunity for learning, the fuller your capacity. The fuller your capacity, the more doors of opportunity that open, and the more doors of opportunity that open, the more fulfilled and satisfied your life will be. And so that's something to consider. So
I love that.
And so can you believe that we're already coming to the end of our chat? We'll have to continue it later after the show.
Yes, we will.
But would you like to share a couple of lines of one of your songs?
Well, it's not my original, but I'm thinking of this song that I sing to people when they're not doing okay. So, you can make it through the storm. You can make it through the rain. You can make it through your trials. You can make it through the pain. And though you may not understand, there's a purpose, there's a plan. So I will worship. He will bring me through it all.
Wow, I am almost speechless from that. That really, really touched my heart, and viewers, I'm sure that really touched your heart as well. Coming up next, we actually received the story of a letter sender, and they share with us a story of their challenge. So we're going to be moving to a different phase, a different story of challenge. And so stay tuned for that segment that's coming up right after this break here on An Irreplaceable You with me, Coach Katy.